Hey guys, how's it going? Good morning. Let me go and set up this room real quick and then we can get started. 6:20, we got about 10 minutes till market open. So let's get everything here all situated. Let's see. All right. Let's upload this right here. Today is August 19th. Wow, way past middle, almost done with this month again. So it's been a great month so far, guys. For August, we've only had one loss for the entire month. Forex trade I called last night, GU over here, it went straight to TP. So we hit full TP there for 50 pips, which is pretty nice. But yeah, we're gonna start focusing on US 30 as market opens shortly. So let's get the Zoom link out sent to the premium members. This link sent out to you guys over here. All right, looks good. All right, let me finish setting up this YouTube room real quick. And one last thing, and I'll send out this YouTube link as well. All right, looks like we're good to go. I'm going to send out this YouTube link to the rest of the members, and we can get started. This link over here. All right, cool. Let's go right there. One last group, and I think we're good to go. Forward to the wrong group, the indices group. There we go. All right, guys, cool. So let's get started. All right, so looking over at US 30 over here, looking at US 30 on the higher time frame, the 1 hour, and we have a bearish bias. And reason for that is because price is below the pivots and the trend meter is red. Going over to the 10-minute over here, same situation. Price is below the pivots and the trend meter is red. Here on the 3-minute, it's starting to shift to the upside, but there's no guarantee it's going to remain up there. We'll see what happens when the market opens. And then lastly, here on the 1 minute, same situation. So there's no consistent bias across all of the technical time frames. So the 10-minute is bearish, the 1 hour is bearish. So overall, it's bearish. However, on the 3-minute, it shifted up slightly, but it's likely to come back down. Same with the 1 minute over here. It came up slightly, but it might come right back down. We'll know for sure like when the market actually opens. Market opens in about 6 minutes. So at 6:30, we can confirm on the fundamental side over here, the direction of price. Looking at the futures data right now, it's down 382 points. So it's extremely low right now. We'll see what happens when the market actually opens, if it's going to recover from yesterday's move, like from this drop, or it's going to, continue going the other direction. So we'll wait and see what happens from there. Looking at the market sentiment, it's at 51% short. So price can likely be shifting as well. It doesn't necessarily need to come back down. We'll have to wait and see because, once the market actually opens, if it does recover, then it could be going up for quite some time. Looking at the 1 hour over here, but it doesn't look very strong. So just looking at the 1 hour over here, I do have the, this was support, the previous support. It actually broke the support, came back for a retest. And then as it retested right here, it can possibly just keep dropping further. So there's no guarantee into like what direction it's going to go in. If it's going to bounce off here and just continue dropping further, or if it's going to swing right back up and, pretty much fill the gap either from here. Well, not really fill the gap, but fill like this big push of liquidity right here. Because US 30, it tends to go up all the time. It's just it was just overextended. Obviously, you can see here from the 1 hour, it's a big push up from here to consolidation to here to consolidation to breakout, consolidation, and now the drop. So what could be happening here is some sort of consolidation to the side, just like a back and forth movement before it either recovers or it continues dropping even further. So it's 6:25 right now. We got about 5 minutes till market open. Once the market opens, we can determine what direction we're going to be trading in. So here's a 1 minute, and then we'll see what happens in the next 5 minutes. So let's check out the chat real quick. All right, cool. Morning, Peter. Morning, Miles. Morning, Matt. Morning, Brian. I'm surprised you're on here, Matt. Matt's over there in Cancun right now. You're on vacation, still trading. Morning, Brian. Morning, Van Hartwig. Morning, Dean. Morning, Adrian. Morning, David. Morning, DJ. Morning, Matt. Morning, Joshua. Morning, Rav. Morning, Duggan. Morning, everybody. Morning, Josh. Morning, let's see, Stock Queens. Morning, EW. Morning, Abraham. Morning, Kenton. Morning, Essa. Morning, Kyle. Morning, Dennis. For sure, bro, right? Morning, Amira. Morning, Kip. Morning, Lamar. Morning, everybody. So market's going to open in about 4 minutes. Once we have that confirmation, we can determine, which direction we're going to be trading in. So in this case over here, if it, if it swings, if it continues pushing up, that's completely fine. We're just going to be looking for that confirmation on the fundamental side. So the technicals, it can literally go either way. I'm not going to be trading one-sided because right here on the 10-minute, it can easily, shift above. Same with the 3-minute over here, it's already above. And then lastly here on the 1 minute, it can possibly keep pushing up as well. So if it goes up, I can take it for a buy. If it comes down, I'll take it for a sell. Just depends on where the fundamentals are sitting, because the market sentiment's right down the middle at 50%. So it can literally go in either direction. But we'll see what happens from here. All right, cool. Let's see. Hey, morning, Kenny. Morning, Alex. Morning, Riga. Morning, Elijah. Morning, Deswell. Riga's asking, did you trade the FOMC, Shawn? I didn't actually. So yesterday, I actually just called it a day, Riga. I know you guys saw it. So if you guys sat in on the session yesterday, you guys saw how we were waiting for that drop, right? So this is the market yesterday. So yesterday, we were looking for a drop here, right? This is 6:30 yesterday. We pretty much were waiting for it to drop, right? But then we ended up hitting our stop loss. But look what happened. If you held on to it, because there's a lot of members here in K2, I pulled out of my position for a loss. That was like our first loss for the month. But if you could have just held on a bit longer, it came all the way back down to where we anticipated, right? Because we had a sell bias, but price just kept pushing up for whatever reason. The fundamentals were straight red, but it just kept pushing up. It was, huge manipulation in the market. And then it dropped down to where it was supposed to go. So I'm glad that our analysis played out yesterday, even though it played out late, it still played out like we anticipated. And I didn't trade the FOMC, Riga, because right here, price just kept, when it came up and stopped us out for the day or for the daily breakout, I just pulled out, and then the Fed spoke right here at 10:30. As soon as the Fed spoke, it came all the way back down to where it's supposed to go. So we'll see what happens today. Market opens in about 2 minutes. Like I mentioned, if we get a bullish confirmation, that's cool. If we get a sell confirmation, that's cool too. 6:28 right here. So what we're going to be looking for, if we're looking for a buy, we want to see a strong green bullish candle without this sell signal. If this sell signal closes right here with the, with an attack, then we're going to be looking for a confirmation of a strong bearish candle somewhere below here. So just depending on what happens on the next candle or not, that's where we'll be trading, or that's where our direction will be going. So this candle closes in about 30 seconds. If this happens right here, where it closes with a red bias, we just need to confirm the bias on the fundamentals to trade in that direction. Let's see. All right, so we got about 10 seconds left until market open. We're going to confirm the fundamental bias. once the market opens. All right, so market's officially open right here. For this candle right here, in order for us to take a buy, we need a strong bullish candle. So green candle with little to no wick on the top side. If we're looking for a sell, we need it to close below here with the sell signal. If it comes up with an invalid signal, then there's not going to be a, sorry, right here. Yeah, we're looking for either a bullish confirmation or a bearish confirmation. Looking over here on the daily chart, it's down 234 points. So looking at that right there, that's it. Again, today you can see how this market manipulation is kind of like really unusual, right? Because if you look at the stock index, it's completely red. There's no reason for it to be going up. There's like no stocks that are green down here. They're not even up like 1 point. But looking at the chart over here, it's still pushing up. So I'm looking for a possible sell. But as you guys can see, the market is not moving how it's supposed to, because if you look at the index over here, it's literally red. It's a sea of red right here. There's like 3 small stocks that are green, but they're not enough to push price like this. See that? You guys can see the market manipulation, right? This is like crazy. It's like how it was yesterday. So let's I'm gonna wait. I'm not gonna enter the trade yet. Like there's no way I feel comfortable entering a buy here, because you're looking at the index, it's gonna have to drop. Like this is crazy. I don't understand like how it doesn't even push up like that. It pushed up, let's see. It pushed up almost 1,000 pips. And then you guys saw the index over here. It's not green at all. So that's obviously, a big manipulated push to the upside, because it's like, it doesn't make any sense. Look at the daily here. The daily average is down 230 points. The futures are down 300, or no, right now the futures is down 185 points. And the actual stock index is like straight red. So I don't think this is going to hold. I'm not going to take this. Obviously, I'm going to wait. So I'm not going to take the breakout today. I'm going to be looking for scalps after. So let me just turn on my alerts here. Our G already hit full TP, so that's good. But yeah, this doesn't make any, like, if this makes sense to anybody, let me know, because I kind of want to see like what you guys' thought process is. Because like just looking at the index over here, these are all the stocks that are within the US 30. If they're all red, you'd expect it to come down, right? I did see that there was news over here. Let's see. So there was news this morning. Yeah, 5:30 we had unemployment claims, but it was positive. The Philly Fed Manufacturing Index was negative, so it's kind of both. There was good news and bad news. But I don't know if it was enough to really push price this high. Let's see. See the unemployment change. I mean, it didn't change by like a crazy amount, because they were, let me see. They were anticipating it to be positive anyways. So like looking at this right here at 5:30 unemployment claims, previously it was 377,000 unemployment claims. They're predicting it to be less, but then here it was a lot less. I still don't think it was enough to push it up this strong, because this thing pushed up. Damn, it pushed up 1,450 pips. That's pretty crazy for this right here. So we'll see what happens. Yeah, Riga said inflation fears. And this is like, you guys see this, right? Like you can't make this shit up. Like you're like, damn, like the stock market's red. It's gonna have to drop, right? And it ends up doing the complete opposite. It goes all the way up. It's down 240 points, and it hasn't seen a red candle this entire session. So market opened here at 6:30, and here's the first red candle if it ends up dropping. But that's crazy, right? Because it's down 200 points like this. These are like COVID numbers. Normally it's like down 100 points, like less than 200 points, but it's down 242 points for the day. But the actual, look, check this out. This doesn't make any sense to me. We'll see what happens here. All right, cool. Yeah, Alex said Feds claim that they will try to push market prices up by bringing in big-time investors to continue investing in the U.S. economy. They used Warren Buffett's name from CNBC. Oh, good to know, Alex. Good morning, Jesus. Yeah, no, it's good to know, Alex, because I hadn't followed the news this morning, but this is crazy. This is like literally an artificial move. Because the thing is, if you're looking at the stock index and you're like, oh, okay, let me see where the stock market is. You're like, oh shit, the stock market's crashing. It's 250 points in the red. You look at the actual chart and you're like, what the fuck? How did it go up like this? It's literally just going straight up. It's up almost 2,000 points. Yeah, it's probably gonna touch the Asia low over here. Let's see. Zoom out a little bit. Yeah, that's the Asia low. So it'll probably bounce off this Asia low right here. Or maybe not. I don't know. We'll see. If it bounces off the Asia low, then I'm probably gonna take a speculative sell. And then I'm just going to go and take a try to catch it as far down as it goes. But yeah, just looking here, guys, it just doesn't make sense. The index has been red the entire morning. It's down 249 points, but it's still pushed up almost 2,000 pips. The fundamentals are leading. So this is why I'm going to wait for it to come up. And then as it comes back down, I'm just going to hop in. I might take like a small little, I might just take like a small lot size, like maybe a 1 lot, and then I'm just going to write it down. All right, let me just scroll up real quick and see. Alex, I've got deja vu from yesterday's market. Yeah, no, I agree. Kevin said from yesterday's close, today's open difference is 240 pips, 240 points. Yo, exactly, I know. So if you look here, looking at the new average for the day, it like literally makes no sense for it to push up. It's gonna have to come down. And you can see right here starting to tumble, right? Test the Asia low over here. I'm like really tempted to just hop in for a speculative sell, like just take a really small lot size and then just let it run. Let's see if I can do that here. Pretty curious to how it's going to run because it's going to have to drop. But I'm not going to take it yet. So let's see. Yeah, I mean, it's down 243 points right now. That's crazy. Looking at the index over here, this entire thing is, I mean, there's a couple green stocks now. So Home Depot is green over here. It's up 2.5 points. Procter & Gamble's up 1 point, but it's not enough. Like Goldman Sachs is down 4 points, almost 5 points. It can cover the entire green stocks down here. So I didn't enter this trade right here, guys. Just, just reminder, I'm just trying to play around with it to see where I can speculate, a possible entry. I'll probably look for actual sell signal. Once I get that, then I'll probably speculate for a sell. I'm going to take like a very small lot size and just let it run because it's going to have to drop. I mean, just looking at this right here, unless like these stocks start to shift to the other side, then yeah, we can probably see it reverse the other way. But if you guys saw how the market played out yesterday, right? So yesterday, the same exact thing happened. The market was entirely red for the entire morning. So like, for example, right here, it was red. It pushed up right here. It tested the New York high right over here. And then it just started to tumble to where it was supposed to go. So what I'm thinking of doing is I'm thinking about entering my sell right here, kind of similar to the same situation. Enter my sell right there, place my stop loss, like slightly above it, and then just let the trade run like to the abyss, basically. This thing dropped like almost 5,000 or more than 5,000 pips yesterday, right? So that's kind of what I'm thinking about doing right here. But I need to check the index. I need to make sure the index is still going to continue to drop. I don't want to enter too early like we did yesterday. We entered too early, and then it ended up, we ended up being burnt. So let me just see over here what else we're looking for. So Scott's asking, should today also be a half lot day? So I mean, it's really up to your personal preference, Scott. I think I might be, if I'm taking some scalps over here for a speculative trade, then I'm going to take a small lot size. But if I'm going to take a full scalp, then I'm going to take probably a full lot size. But right now, there's no actual entry. I'm just trying to speculate for some sort of sell entry to pretty much just play this and write it down. But I'm waiting for like an actual good entry. So looking at the index over here, index is still down 258 points. Looking at the Dow index over here, it's still very red. But there's a couple stocks that are shifting to the green side. The main one is Home Depot. It's up 3 points. Procter & Gamble's up 1 point. Everything else is up less than a point. So, just looking over here at Goldman Sachs is almost down 5 points. Boeing's down 3.2 points. Literally, these two red stocks right here can cover the entire green stock, portfolio down here. So we'll just have to wait and see what happens from there. It's just I'm looking for an actual entry down below. So what I might do right here is I might just watch it, and then I'm gonna wait for price to come below. So in order for me to take like an actual scalp, obviously, using the 3-minute or 1-minute strategy, I need price to come below. trace back up, and then come back down further. That's where I would take the trade. I wouldn't take it right now. Or if I did, it would be a speculative sell. Like it'd be a sell for no actual strategy. It's just kind of guessing that it'll drop, right? So let me scroll down real quick. Yeah, Brian mentioned that there was Medium News that said there was less jobless. Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, that could affect the market a little bit, but it's like way too much of a push up before it tends to drop. Yeah, Brian said market makers fill in retail market orders. I can see that. Let's see. William said the only thing I see is a large order block at 34,600. Oh, like way down there. That's cool. If that's where the order block is, where you can see that might be pretty beneficial for us. So as you can see, price is starting to dump right here. If price ends up swinging back up, I'm probably going to take that speculative sell and I'm just going to ride it. Let's see. I'm just waiting for it. I'm tempted to just take that one lot and then just let it run at some point. I'm going to wait for it to possibly retrace up. If we get a sell signal here, then I'll probably take that speculative sell and I'm just going to hold on to it for like the next couple hours or maybe till the end of the session. Because eventually it's going to have to drop, it looks like. Looking at the index over here, index is down 200, or now it's starting to balance out. It was down like 250 points. Now it's only down 176. So if that becomes a case, then maybe there's not going to be room for a speculative sell because price can easily just start shifting. But still, I think it's going to drop. With time, it's going to drop. Let's see. All right, so no entry here. Scroll down real quick. Van Harwick said, I'm still scared. Bounced off that Asia low, perfect. Yeah, no, exactly. It came up, touched the Asia low, and it bounced right off it. So I'll be looking for a possible maybe double top over here, retest, and then maybe it'll probably drop from there. But we'll see. We really don't know yet because the daily index over here, the average, is still like bouncing around, but it's not where it was earlier. Earlier it was down like 250 something points, 270 points. Now it's only down 144. So we'll see what happens from here. Let's see. Yeah, exactly. Neptune over here said they're just trying to trap the buyers. No, I agree. I could probably see that. And that's why I'm not just entering a trade just yet. If I enter down here, I'd go to gotten screwed because I've been some drawdown right now. But we'll wait because there's no entry here. So I'll put the requirements for this strategy right here. This is going to be the K2 US 30 1 minute pivot scalp strategy. So for one, you want to confirm a valid K2 momentum signal. Two, you want to confirm price is above K2 pivots green 4 for a buy or below for a sell. And then after that, you can enter on the open of the following candle. So if you guys are brand new here and you guys aren't familiar with the strategy, this is the strategy. It's a very simple one. We're just looking for a valid K2 momentum signal and then making sure that price is above or below the pivots for a buy or a sell. And same situation here with the 3 minute. It's the same exact thing. Whoops. Let me do that. All right, let me go over here real quick. Why does it do that? It's weird. I copy this thing right here. Unless my shortcut's not working. So looks like it is. There we go. And it's the same thing. It's just TP stop loss is different for the 3 minute and the 1 minute. So if you guys are brand new here, I'll show you an example of how this works. Basically, you're looking for a momentum signal in one direction. So since price is pushing up right here, I'll just show you an example real quick. Here's an example right here. So for this red K2 momentum signal right here, for one, you want to confirm a valid K2 momentum signal, right? Right here we have a valid signal because it's a red sell signal with the red candle within it. So that's a valid K2 momentum signal. For two, you want to confirm prices above the pivots for a buy. It's for a buy, and if it's below, for a sell, right? We're looking for a sell here. So with requirement number one, we have a valid K2 momentum signal here. For requirement number two, price is below the pivot. So with that said, you enter a short position right there. We only go for about 250 pips on the 3 minute because it's a smaller time frame. If you let that run, there you go, full TP. And then if you wait for the next one, right here, looking at this buy signal, this is not a valid entry because we have a valid buy signal here. However, price isn't above the pivot, so we ignore that. Move on to the next one. This is invalid. The reason for it being invalid is because it's a red sell signal, but a green candle, right? It has to be red and red for valid, green and green for a valid buy. Looking at this right here, we have a valid buy signal. It's above the pivot, so we enter a long position right there. And then you let that run, and there you go, full TP. So that's exactly what we're waiting for here, guys. We're looking for the same exact setup. And if you guys are brand new here, this is a strategy that we use for the 3 minute and the 1 minute. And if you guys are brand new here and want to learn it, just go on the website, k2trades.com, click on K2 strategy course, and you'll get access to the indicator. So let's get back to the charts. Price is now breaking the Asia low. So now price is above the Asia low. Looks like it might be shifting to the upside. Let me check the index over here. The index is starting to balance out really quickly. You guys can see earlier it was negative 250 whatever points. Now it's only negative 100. It still has a bearish bias here, and the index is still pretty red. However, price is still overextended. So what I see happening here is I still see it coming down slightly, at some point. So we'll see what happens here. I mean, obviously you guys can see price was down like a ton of points, almost 300 points, and it still hasn't really came back down to balance that out, right? It's up 2,130 pips right now. We'll see where it keeps pushing from there. Yeah, August said tricking buyers and liquidating sellers before the real sell. Yeah, no, I can see that too. I definitely could see that, August. That's kind of why I'm not really entering the trade yet. I'm just waiting for, because even if we wanted to take a buy here, we would need to see a real retracement. We need to sort of trace down, and then we catch it as it swings back up. That's if we're looking for a buy. Vice versa, if we're looking for a sell, we need to come down here, let it retrace from that point, and then we just keep riding it down further. So it doesn't matter if price doesn't end up coming back down. In this situation, if price continues to push up higher and higher, and it provides for some entries, and we could possibly just switch our bias from a sell to a buy. However, I'm not going to do that until this number becomes a lot smaller, right? It's 119 points in the red still. So until this becomes 100 points plus in the positive, then I'll start looking for some buys. But currently right now, I still have a sell bias. Let's see where the retail traders are. It looks like the retail traders are starting to stack up on the short side. It's 53% short, but it's not very much. Generally we want it to be closer to the 70 to 75% area. That's where we have the bias. Right now, currently, it's kind of just right down the middle. So we'll keep following to see what happens from here. But I mean, it doesn't matter if it ends up staying up here, then we'll just look for the buy, right? We'll look for the retracement, and then it shoot back up. Same with the 3 minute here. If we're looking for a buy here, we just need a retracement, and then we catch it as it swings back up. Going over to the 10 minute, the 10 minute has, it's basically already shifted. So looking at this right here, this is going to be flatline from market open. Let's see, 630. All right. So this is going to be the middle point of US 30. So when the market opened right here at 630, price ended up shooting to the upside, right? Generally what happens here on the 10 minute is price will either come back down to where it originally was and continue dropping down further, or it'll never come back down. It'll just keep pushing up higher. So this is another thing to look at too for a confirmation here on the 10 minute. Generally, after the opening of the candle, which should be after this one, price will either come back down and then go back to where it originally was right here, or like this, it'll probably come down to where it originally was. And then from here, it'll either bounce back up or it'll continue dropping even further. So there's a lot of different scenarios that can play out here. You just don't want to get caught in the move before it actually happens. You can see price is starting to come right back down. There he goes, it comes back down. A lot of market manipulation going on this morning. Looking over here at the index is now down 145 points, still in the red. Looking at the actual stock index over here, let's see how it's balanced out. It's still very red, right? Goldman Sachs is down 3.7 points. Caterpillar is down 2.8. Boeing's down 2.6. Nike's down 2.5. Chevron's down 2.6. Amex is down 2 points. Salesforce is down 1.5. Walt Disney's down 1 point. McDonald's is down 1. Apple, JP Morgan, Dow, Visa, 3M, et cetera, they're all down in the red. There's a couple green stocks here. We have Home Depot up 2 points, Procter & Gamble up 1 point, Travelers up 1 point. Other than that, everything else is less than a point. So it's still being outweighed by the sells here, but there's just no confirmation yet, right? We don't want to just hop in and then try to like pray that price needs to go in that direction. We got to wait for that confirmation before we can hop in. So we'll keep waiting. I mean, there's no rush, guys. If you guys are trading today, I think today is starting to look a little more riskier and riskier as price fails to determine its direction, right? Like I mentioned over here on the 10-minute, you can see price is now starting to push up. If it continues to push up higher and higher and it closes above here by 7, then I'm probably expecting it to continue pushing up higher and higher from here as well. We'll see what happens from here. If this happens where this candle closes with a strong bullish candle, then I do anticipate it to continue pushing up for the rest of the day. But we'll see. There's no guarantee that's going to happen, but we'll confirm it once it does. So looking over here, our main thing that I'm going to be focusing on is the fundamentals here. I want to see where this number goes because you can see the number is still pretty red, right? It was 130. Now it's down to like 163, 170. But looking at current price, it's still pushing up higher and higher. So if that happens, you know, this is obviously market is still being manipulated right now because the index hasn't turned green for the entire session. Market's been open for about 20 minutes now, almost 30 minutes. And it's been red the entire morning. If you guys have been following me from open till now, if it stays red like this, generally the stock should come down slightly. It shouldn't be continuing to push up higher and higher, right? It should go up, then it should come down pretty heavily back to where it originally was. And then maybe it can bounce back up. But currently right here, it hasn't came down that far at all. It's actually creating higher lows and higher highs because we have a low here, high right here, higher low, higher high, higher low, and then now a higher high. So we'll see what happens off the next one. So let me scroll back right here. Yeah, Ken said his Asia high is at 34,996. So he has another Asia. I'm pretty sure that's from a previous day, right? Kenneth, I'm assuming it's, but it's around the same area. So anyways, just looking over here on the 3-minute, the see this right here. The next level where it can test is going to be the London high over here, which is about 900 pips away. This is going to be the London high right here. So we'll see what happens. But, you know, just looking at this candle over here, this is also going to determine the direction of price. So let's see what happens here. Let me see if I can get a line here. Okay, yeah. So price is still away, but we'll see what happens when it gets closer to that area. Talanji said, you see GU dropping further. Looks like this is affecting US pairs too. I don't know. Let's see. So our GU earlier hit full TP already. I didn't even check to see if there's any other trades here that was available. Let me just check real quick. I'll just scan through it. I'll see if the the USD pairs look like they're going to continue dropping. Because if they do, then yeah, you can probably catch it. Damn, I missed the trade right here last night for AU. This would have been a nice drop right there too. About 50 points as well. Yeah, so looking at these Forex pairs, I don't really see much. I mean, there's a big gap right here for Euro CAD. This is probably going to continue pushing up. I should have called that, but it was it looked risky, so I didn't call it. It looks like it's just going to consolidate because looking at EU right here, it's just going sideways for Longi. What I'm going to wait for is for it to come back up, and then I'll catch it as it drops back below. If that becomes the case, there's no guarantee that'll happen, but if it does happen, that'll be good for all of us. Yeah, I don't really see anything else here in the Forex pairs, but yeah, I mean, we'll see what happens if it follows through. But looking at the USD pairs right here, like AU, EU, GU, and NU, they're kind of just going sideways. It looks like it's going to go into some consolidation for a bit, probably until Asia session later today or tomorrow for Thursday. So anyways, going back to US 30 over here, let me check the index. Index is now at 100 points, so it's starting to shift, right? If you guys have been following me for a while, generally my fundamental bias starts to shift, whether it's above 100 points or below 100 points. Right now, it looks like it is starting to shift past the 100 point mark. So if that becomes the case, it can be shifting back the other direction. So check the index over here. I mean, it's starting to balance out a little bit. You can see Chevron's down 2 points, Caterpillar's down 2 points, Nike's down 2 points. Over here, Home Depot is down 2 points, United Health is down 2 points, Travelers is almost down 2 points. So they're starting to balance out, right? If we have, the same amount of red stocks and the same amount of green stocks, it starts to balance out. However, it's still pretty risky. It just tested this this high over here. I believe this is the support that we drew yesterday. So other than that, so here on the 1 minute, what we'd be looking for is a possible buy signal. If we get a buy signal, then it's going to be a valid buy. However, I'm not sure if I'm going to be taking it or not. I'll let you guys know if I do. But just the way that the market's moving, I kind of don't even want to trade in this type of market because it looks like you can get caught. You can get easily caught in fake outs. So if I see a trade here, I'll let you guys know. But I'm probably, I'm most likely not going to take it. So I'll tell you if I do take it. If I don't take it, I'll tell you as well. Because just the way that the market's moving, the last thing I want to do is enter a buy here. And then as soon as I enter a buy, it just spikes down and stops me out, right? Because there's really no bias that's been confirmed here. Our bias earlier was a sell bias, but it pushed up, extremely. Here was market open. So I'll just show you the market open candle. So market opened right here at 6:30. So as you guys can see, if you guys were following me from the beginning of the session, the entire index has been red for the whole session. The whole session, it was down, like 200 to 300 points, and it's never came down since open. So from open here, prices pushed up well over 2,300 pips, which is pretty crazy, especially when the fundamentals are so strong for a sell. But just looking at current price, it's starting to shift, right? It went from negative 300 to now it's negative 50. If it goes into the green, then I'll possibly start looking for a buy. But right now, it just price just hasn't corrected. You'd expect it to correct a little more, but it hasn't done that yet. So we'll confirm it. Once you confirm it, we can start looking for some possible buys instead of sells. And my 10-minute markup over here, I mentioned that once this candle right here closes, this will probably be the determining factor whether price continues to push up or if it's going to come back down. So in the next 2 minutes, if this candle right here closes very strong bullish, then I'm probably going to start looking for some buys because the bias has changed, right? Or initially price was below the pivots. Now it's above the pivots on the 10-minute, 3-minute, and 1 minute. So if that happens, plus the fundamentals here turn green, then, in that situation, everything lines up. Aside from market sentiment, because market sentiment is too short right now. I mean, it's still pretty short. It's 54% short. So even in that situation, I'd rather be taking the buy. Let's see. 5 seconds left on here. If this closes, I'll mark it up for you. But if it doesn't, yeah, there's no entry there. We need this to close with a valid buy signal. If it closes with a valid buy, then it'll provide for a 1 minute entry using this strategy right here. Let's see, another question from Clyde. Clyde's asking, is there any news on the new indicator? I might have missed it since I've had to leave early a few times. So the indicator is not up yet. TradingView is updating their system right now. So the problem with that is that I have to go and I got to go and update like pretty much everyone's account one by one in order to grant access to you guys. I can't even publish it on TradingView right now. That's why it's not even up, but it hasn't been published yet, Clyde. Once it's published, you'll see the update because I'm going to remind everyone. But right now it's not ready yet. And if you guys are wondering which indicator Clyde's talking about, it's these horizontal lines right here. So basically my algorithm over here automatically plots the previous session high lows. So the red, if you guys saw, like we were talking about earlier, everyone was saying, oh, it's going to get close to that Asia low right here. This is the Asia low. It automatically plots it every time the session ends. So from yesterday, this is the lowest that it got during Asia session. This purple line above here is the Asia high. Vice versa, these red lines over here are the London low and the London high. So as you guys can see, this area is the highest price has gotten, and then this is the lowest price has got during London session. So it's pretty crucial if you're looking for areas where not to trade. Right here was an invalid buy signal. Reason for it being invalid is that it's a buy signal with the red candle within it, right? So there's no entry available there off the 1 minute chart. Let's see. Looking over here on the 3 minute, nothing available yet. We're still looking for this to possibly come down slightly with a valid signal in the other direction, and then catch it as it continues pushing up. Nice. Camo said I made 1,820 minutes, caught that buy during break. Nice. Congrats, Camo. Yeah, I'm glad to see a lot of you guys here still profiting, because there's a couple trades here that you guys could have taken. I know some of you guys like to trade pre-market. If you took this pivot scalp entry right here, you would have made a huge profit off that. And this was pre-market at 609. So a lot of people did take that trade. I'm going to show you guys over here. Let's see. So Jalan over here made about 5,160. Nice work, Jalan. Jeff over here, let's see. Let me scroll down. Angela locked in almost 1,000 right here, 991. Nice work, Angela. Dre over here locked in a total of, it's not loading. Let's just skip over, look at Charles. Charles locked in 12,000 this morning. Damn, nice work, Charles. Yeah, Dre locked in 328. Nice work, Dre. Just copy this over. Tommy locked in 5,295, or sorry, 5,259. Right there. Nice work, Tommy. And then Jeff Abdi over here, no losses, straight wins, 5,168. Great work, guys. So good to see everyone over here killing it before market even opened. Let's see, Kenneth over here sent me this. He said, Shawn, bro, check Asia low, 25% again, manipulation. Oh, yeah, no, for sure. I did see that. Came down and it just spiked up. See, Kenneth over here sent his charts.
That bottom blue line is my Asia low. That's the 5-minute candle. Yeah, that's the Asia low. My Asia low. Yeah, I took my Asia low when the UK Open starts. Yeah,
Okay.
not the German, not the European, the UK Open. Yeah, and I think that's where you're getting these different lines from. But as you can see, it actually perfect.
Yeah, it bounced right off it, Kenneth. That's crazy. So yeah, Kenneth over here, he marked the Asia low right here too, similar to where I marked it up, and then it bounced right off it. So that's where these lines come up from, and this is the indicator that Clyde was referring to. So looking at this right here, as I confirmed earlier, I said if this candle right here closes green, it's going to continue pushing up. So our bias has now changed to a bullish bias. Reason for that is that price is above the pivots. The trend meter is green on the 10-minute, same on the 3-minute over here. Price is above the pivots, the trend meter is green. And then lastly over here on the 1-minute, price is above the pivots and the trend meter is green. So we're looking for buys right now. Going over to the fundamentals. The fundamentals are now, that's crazy, right? It's like still red right here. It's down almost 100 points still, but price just continues to push up higher and higher. So there's like a lot of clear market manipulation going on. If you guys want to see what manipulation is, watch this session from open session up until now. The entire index has been red the entire morning for like almost over 30 minutes now. So for about 33 minutes, the entire market's been red for US 30. However, it keeps pushing up, right? It's like right here. This is the open. It's pretty crazy because it literally opened at negative 300 points and just pushed up higher and higher and higher. It just keeps going up higher. But I mean, it's fine. If that's the case, then we're just going to start looking for some buys. However, the index right here hasn't even turned green yet for the entire day. However, it's been pushing up more than 2,000 pips. So when the market's moving like this, it makes me not want to trade it because the same thing that can happen from yesterday. So going back to yesterday, like I just mentioned earlier, this is what happened yesterday. So yesterday, market opened right here, and the same exact thing happened, right? So I'll mark up 630 right here. So 630, the entire stock market was red for the entire morning. Like it was just super red, but it just kept pushing up higher and higher, right? So price pushed up all the way up here. But look what happened once it reached the next high right there. So it reached the high right there. And then from there, it started to correct all the way back down. So it came down, retraced back up for a fake out, and then it just dumped. Look at this huge crash right here in price. This whole area, huge crash in price. So that's kind of what I'm worried about. That's why I don't want to trade for a buy right here, because if I enter a buy, like check this out right here. If you enter a buy from the previous day when market is being manipulated. So as you guys can see right here, this is the same exact setup. See this right here where it just continues to push up. And then as soon as it reaches this area right here and bounces off the high, if you took any of these buys here, you might have gone stopped out. Let me see if this hit. So that would have hit TP. That's fine. This one right here looks like it would have stopped you out. Yeah, this would have stopped you out. So this is where it started to shift, and you could have gotten screwed at that point. Again, right here, there's like a loss, or no, this would be a win. So this is a loss, this is a win, and this is a win right here. But as you guys can see, market starts to get a little, it gets risky. So what I'm seeing right here is it's probably going to reach the London high right here, and then it'll probably do the same exact thing. I'll probably just go down slightly, consolidate, probably go back up, and then dump all the way back down. One thing that I've learned after trading US 30 every morning for like the past 3 years is that the patterns repeat itself. So if you've seen something that happened earlier this week or like a couple of weeks ago, it's probably gonna come back to that area and it's just gonna drop. So we'll see what happens right here. Sorry guys, I had to sneeze. But yeah, let's see what happens from here. Hey, Ryan, morning. Ryan said, I'm at work. I just can listen to you, can't watch you. No, it's fine, Ryan. You can probably just listen. If I say that we're going to enter a trade, in one direction or the other, then we'll enter it. But yeah, we'll see what happens here because the same pattern from yesterday is pretty much just replaying itself. We'll see it come up, test that London. I think that's a London low, right? Or London high, actually. It's a London high. And then it'll probably just come crashing back down. And it might not come in, it might not be a huge crash back down, but it's going to be somewhat of a drop. So let's just wait and see what happens here. All right, index is down 72 points. It's still been red this entire morning, but it hasn't really dropped very much. But yeah, it looks like the green stocks here are starting to catch some momentum. United Health is now up 4.45 points. Home Depot is up 2.3. Travelers is up 1.6. Procter & Gamble is up 1.3. American Co is up 1 point. And Johnson & Johnson is basically up 1 point. So looks like we had an invalid signal right there on the 1 minute. Yeah, for the most part, it looks like the market's starting to shift to the upside. That's fine. If it shifts to the upside, we'll shift to some buys. But I just don't want to get caught in it a little too early and then it ends up reversing on us. Yeah, Paul said it's turning green. So let's see. And that's fine. It's really all about patience. Like, don't hop into a trade unless you have something really good. Let me check this real quick to see what I missed over here. Or let's see. So you guys locked in some pretty nice profit. Let's see. Junior over here locked in a total of 4,493. Nice work, Junior. Bradley over here locked in a nice sell right there for a total of 1,030. Great work, Bradley. Yeah, he took it right here off the 15-minute. Nice work. Stern over here. Let's see. He caught the sells and a couple buys, locked in a total of 1,224 euros. Great work, Stern. Anything else over here? See, Maddie over here locked in a total of 286. I mean, it's profit's profit, right, Maddie? So yeah, Maddie's over there on vacation in Cancun, dude's still locking in profit. Like yesterday, he's been in Cancun all week, basically. Yesterday, he was on the live session with us while he was on vacation, locked in 2,339. And then today he said, yeah, market's hella weird, bro. I agree. It's not really worth the risk if you're not comfortable with it. So Mark over here as well, locked in 690. Nice work, Mark. So you guys can see here, other people are locking in profits still, even though I'm not taking trades. If you guys know the K2 strategies, because there's a lot of entries that were available here. There was a buy that was available, right here. There was another buy that, buy that was available right here. I mean, there's a lot of trades that you guys could have taken if you guys have the indicators. I personally didn't take these because we were looking for the breakout, but other people here did take it and they locked in some nice profit. So CSIC over here at 5,820. Dell over here is up 3,914 for those buys. Great work, Dell. Let's see. Paul over here locked in a total of 114. Nice work, Paul. Looks like you had like a small, like I guess an accidental loss right there. Looks like you had an accidental loss, but you recovered it pretty nicely. You're back in profit. So definitely great work there, Paul. Your main goal here is to close each day in the net positive. You don't want to close in the red. As long as you continue to stack up wins every single day, or at least close with positive profits, those profits are going to add up. They're going to stack up over time. We have such a high win rate here that, it should be no problem. We had one loss for the entire month of August. I think we have like about 18 to 20 wins and just one loss, which was yesterday because the same thing happened. A lot of this market manipulation happened and we ended up getting caught on the manipulated side. but I mean, it's all good. You know, it is what it is. Can't be 100% all the time. But I'm fine with doing like a 99% win rate. I'm not to say that we have, so I'll show you guys the numbers here. So not to say that we have a 99% win rate, but so I'll show you guys for the month of August, we have one loss. So we have about 20 wins and one loss. So like, for example, here, you know, if you have 20 divided by 1, or no, sorry, 1 divided by 20, you know, we basically have a 95% win rate at that point. Looking over here for July, we had 35 wins. So we had a total of 38 trades. We had 35 wins divided by 38 trades total. We had a 92.1% win rate for the entire month of July because we had 35 wins and 3 losses. So, you know, I'll take my odds off that. And even today, you know, this is why I'm being very cautious because I don't want to mess up our win rate for the month by taking a risky trade here. So price almost came up and tested the London high over here, but it hasn't confirmed it yet. Looking over here at the index, let's see. So we have more profits. Let me check this real quick. CT locked in a total of, wow, he killed it. CT is now up 6,925. Crazy work, CT. He did it in 35 minutes. Semtex over here logged in a total of 8,398. Great work, Semtex. And then on his other account over here, or the same account, but he locked in more profit, 11,696. That's amazing work, Semtex. You guys are killing it. Camo over here too. Camo locked in 1,807. Great work, Camo. Isaac over here as well. Isaac locked in 840. So I'm glad to see everyone's profits here. I literally don't have any profits myself because I haven't taken any trades, but I'm glad to see a lot of you guys here in K2 still killing it. Yeah, CT's up 12.9K. So 12,925. That's crazy. CT, you're killing it, man. Looking at the index over here, it's starting to shift. So now it's only down 25 points. It's starting to turn green. And that's completely fine. If that becomes the case, then, you know, we'll catch it as it continues to swing up, but we're still waiting for it to possibly come up and test the London high over here. So let's see, EW's up over 2,400 in the last half hour. Thank you, K2. No, definitely great work, EW. So EW here took the sells. You guys can see people took trades in both directions, right? Paul took buys, EW took sells. She locked in a total of 5,569. Amazing work right there, EW. Let's see. All right, let me check this real quick. Aaron over here, nice work, Aaron. Aaron locked in a total of, yeah, here we go. So Aaron over here is up 3,514. Great work, Aaron. He had like an accidental loss right there, but straight wins here for a buy and for a sell. So definitely amazing work there, guys. Like Talanji said, looks like everyone favors a 1-minute scalp. Yeah, in a market like this where it's very volatile, Talanji, a lot of people like taking the 1-minute scalps because it's easier to catch, right? They can just get in and out really quickly. It's only 100 points. It's 100 pips of a move, so it's about 10 points. It's not very difficult to catch because as you can see right here from open, market's already pushed up 280 points. That's a lot of points for you to just catch every time it retraces as it just continues to push up higher and higher. So yeah, no, I agree. I'm just checking the groups over here to see if there's anything else that you guys need help with. So if you guys have any questions, you know, feel free to let me know. I'm still looking for trades. So you guys can still ask me a question and I'll still look for trades here. I'm just looking for the retracement. So a couple of things that I'm looking for here. I'm looking for whether price is going to reject off the London high or even the Asia high, because there's another high right here. Price can easily bounce off any of these points right here. Price can bounce off the Asia high or the London high. So, I mean, it becomes risky at this point because it can easily come down. Then again, right here, come down as well. So looking at this over here, CT, I just, I'll, Justin, Justin, good guy. Looks like you're, people can see you brushing your teeth. They're like, you brush your teeth for a full 2 minutes or something like that. Yeah, I don't have my camera on, so I can't see you guys' picture, but somebody just mentioned that he's been brushing his teeth all morning. Yeah, a lot of you guys here know Justin, like basically all the theta people here. So looking over here at yeah, that's funny. We just messed around with each other here, guys. There's nothing serious. So Eunice over here locked in a total of 190. So great work, Eunice. I'll go over the profits in a little bit once we get to that point. So we're sorry, this gave me a good laugh because that was like so random. Because I know Insong was on the stream via the other day, and he was there like in just his underwear, and I don't think he realized his camera was on. So yeah, we're good here. All right, anyways, let me go back to US 30, and then we'll see where this is going. So let's see, Abraham said, oh God, for FT server just hanged on me after placing a buy. Oh man, so yeah, good luck to whoever is still using funding talent. Looks like Abraham, one of our members, still uses funding talent. He said that the server just hung up on him as soon as he entered a buy. Oh, but it hit his TP, so he's happy. So I mean, it's all good. All right, anyways, let's wait for that confirmation, guys. We still don't have any entries here. Looking at current price for US 30, it's going sideways now. So if you guys have questions, go ahead and put your questions in the chat. I can answer whatever questions you guys have, whether it's regarding any of the K2 strategies, or if it's regarding anything with trade psychology, or I mean any trading questions you guys have. I can help you guys out with it. It's just right now we're looking for entries, but there's nothing here. So I can just go on some side questions, and I can still answer some stuff for you guys if that becomes the case. If not, it's completely fine. We just hang out, wait for this entry. I just want to make sure that if you guys do have questions, I can help you guys out. But yeah, looking at everyone's profits this morning, there's a lot of profits that were made. So like looking at this over here, I'll just pull this up over here while we wait. Let's see, Cern over here. Yeah, so Cern's up 5,139 euros. Great work. He said started 3rd of August with a play account. Want to flip it 1 to 5 in a month. Damn, crazy work right there, Cern. Congrats. You've been killing it, bro. Like this has been super on point. You're up about 5,000. You started with 2,000. So you basically flipped it more than half already, or you doubled it, and then now you're about to triple it. Yeah, let me see if there's anything else here. So I was going to look over the profits. So scrolling up over here, you guys can see the timestamp right above here. So as you guys can see, it says today right here. The first profit was from Felix. Felix locked in 165. Patricia locked in 1,625. Romano locked in 1,095. And you guys can have these profits as well if you guys learn the strategies that everyone's applying. Romano's other account 1,091. Dennis over here locked in at 105. Nice work, Dennis. Semtex locked in a total of 8,398. Semtex up 1,954. Gelano's up 5,160. Dre's up 328. Charles up 12,890. And you guys are on fire. Tommy up 5,259. Jeff Abadia up 5,168. Junior up 4,893. Bradley up 1,015. Yeah, smart move by Junior over there. Junior said, I think I'm done for the day. So he locked in his 4,893 and just called it a day because the market is moving kind of weird. Like I mentioned, Cern was up 1,224 euros. Maddie was up 286. Mark Troublefield's up 690. Sisuk up 5,820. Dell up 3,914. Great work, guys. Just looking at your guys' win rate here, it's just been amazing. Paul over here up 114. CT up 12,925. Semtex up 8,398. Price just broke the London high right there. So we'll see if it ends up breaking the London high right here. So as you guys can see, price is starting to shift, right? Let me refresh this. It's still up 23. I mean, it's down 23 points. It's the U.S. Capitol Police respond to report a suspicious vehicle near the Library of Congress. All right, I don't think that's going to affect the market very much. Let me see if there's any other news here that could be affecting it. All right, so looking at current price right here, you can see it's starting to reject off the London high. So we'll see what happens. I don't think there's anything else here that's really affecting. Yeah. So there's news here with the Afghanistan, the Taliban's pledge of peaceful leadership is quickly coming undone amid reports of beatings and deaths. So this is going to affect the market. Like, say if not Trump, sorry, if Biden comes on and says something, you know, he's going to have to talk at some point. So if he says something today after, you know, all these things coming out, it's going to affect the market. So that's why it's kind of a weird market, guys. So like, just keep in mind that the market's been a little weird because there's a lot of other things that are affecting it, right? There's world events going on. The Fed spoke this week. You know, the market sentiment was heavy so on Monday, market sentiment was like 80% in one direction. Now it's at 54%. So that's a big shift in traders. So looking at this here, a lot of retail traders are starting to short the market. If that's the case, we're going to look for some buys, and that's completely fine because our bias is starting to shift, right? It's only down, it's right down the middle. It's down 2 points, 15 points. It's going to turn green soon. Once it turns green, we'll start looking for some buys here. We're just going to look for a retracement and then a possible swing back to the upside. But even in the case where I don't have an entry, because it's already 7:21, I'm generally done trading around 8. If I don't have an entry, that's completely fine because I'd rather have no trades than to have any losses. You know, this is the reason why we have such a high win rate, because we're very careful about the trades we take. We don't just hop in. We're not trading for no reason. We're trading to win. So I prefer, you know, if I don't see anything good and it hits 8 o'clock, I'll just call it a day. I'm still happy to see a lot of you guys profit here, even without me taking any trades. But I can answer questions. So if you guys need help with anything, if you guys need me to cover any of the strategies, I can do it for you live here. Or if you have any questions regarding FTMO or anything like that, I can help you with that as well. So yeah, I'm here to answer questions if you guys need help. Let's see, Abraham over here, he said he did a mistake by placing a sell stop, but he still caught some profit. So yeah, Abraham here made an accidental trade, but he's still locked in a total of 877. So great work, Abraham, with that right there. Let's see, CT over here, let me see this chart. All right, so CT has a high and a low drawn right here off the 1 hour. So it might just consolidate for a bit before it either bounces up or drops right back down. Yeah, so CT's chart right there looks good. Let me check the index over here. Index is still down 14 points. It's not very high. But yeah, I mean, what we're looking for here is a retracement and then a swing back up. Off a 3 minute, same situation with the 1, retracement and a swing back up. Let me scroll over here real quick and see. Abraham said, Shawn, do you ever use sell stops or buy stops? I do if price, you know, if I'm entering the trade late and I just want to hop in as price comes back, then I'll use a sell stop or a buy stop. But for the most part, I do everything manually because we're scalping. So it happens like really quickly. So I never really use it that much. Let's see. Dennis over here said he got nervous. And he got nervous and he took a risky trade right there. It's all good, Dennis. Yeah, because he locked in some pretty nice profit yesterday, and then he just ended up having that loss right there. But it's all good. You'll make it back. You're only down 392 for the day, so it's not really that much. You just need to have one more win, and then you can bounce back from it. Let me see if there's anything else over here. Rav said, because the market is dodgy, if you do take a trade, let us know what lot size you take. I think it'll likely be like yesterday and we'll come all the way back down again. Yeah, so yesterday I took the loss yesterday, but a lot of you guys held on to the position and still made profit, which is pretty remarkable because you guys trusted my analysis up until Asia session, and then it came all the way back down. So you guys locked into pretty nice profit for whoever held on to it. But yeah, Rav, I'll let you know because it's I think the same thing is going to happen as well. I think it's going to come up and it's going to come right back down. Abraham said we need to also wait for a sell signal to catch the buy. Yeah, exactly. So right here, that sell signal is coming down because each signal happens right after each other. They're indicating momentum swings. So right here, in order for us to get another buy, we need to sell first. So a sell signal comes down and then the buy comes up right here and it swings back up, right? Again, same situation here. When it retraces down, it's going to be an opposite signal, but when it swings back up, it'll be a valid one in that direction. Yeah, no problem, Abraham. Talanji said, can you confirm the fixed TP stop loss for the 1 minute, 3 minute, and 10 minute charts using the scalp strategy? It depends on which strategy you're applying, Talanji. But if you're applying the 1 minute pivot scalp strategy, the TP stop loss is 100, 300. So it's a negative risk toward 1 to 3. And the reason for that is because it's on the 1 minute, right? We're looking for a smaller move. The stop loss is just a safety net, but we don't usually lose it. So it's not really at risk. With the 3 minute, it's going to be 250 to 500. That's going to be 1 to 2 risk forward. Reason for that as well is because it's on a shorter time frame. On the regular time frame, the 10 minute where we normally trade, it'll be a 1-to-1. So this will be a 500 TP, 500 pip stop loss. So it's pretty much 500 flat both ways for the 10 minute. And the reason for that is because it's more stable. We can go for a bigger move. The 3 minute and 1 minute, there's a lot of noise on here. That's why you need a wider stop loss just to catch it as a safety net. But the target is generally going to be a little bit smaller because the thing is the 10 minute, each candle is 10 minutes, right? If you go on the 3 minutes, there's 3 candles within a 10-minute candle. So you can take maybe 1 or 2 trades, both for 250 pips and still lock in the same amount of profit. Same with the 1 minute over here. This is 10 1 minute, 10. This is 10 1 minute candles, which will add up to a 1 10-minute candle. So with 1 minute, you can catch maybe 3 to 5 entries, and then you'll still make the same amount, if not more, by trading more entries, but with the same move. So that's pretty much the TP stop loss for each time frame. So this would be the 1 minute pivot scalp. This would be the 3 minute pivot scalp. And then this would be the snipe entry on the 10 minute. All right, let's see. All right, 7:30 guys. So 7:30 and price is starting to come right back down. Looking at the index, let's see. Index is still at the same point. This is this is what kind of not confuses me, but it basically kind of throws me off because it's been red the entire day. I haven't seen it turn green for the entire day, and it's pushed up like a crazy amount. So from 6:30 right here up until current price is pushed up well over 3,000 pips. And it might just come down for a tumble, right? So what I see happening right here is if it doesn't shift back up, this might just consolidate for a bit. And then eventually it's just going to dump. So we'll see what happens here. All right, there goes the 3 minute. We'll just wait and see what happens here because there's like 2 areas here. There's like a rejection off this point. Also a rejection off this point right here. All right, I guess we'll see what happens from here, guys. So we'll wait for it. Because if this is the case, like, so again, right here, so see how we have this marked up right here on the 1 minute? We have it also marked up here from yesterday. It's the same exact thing. Where is it at? Over here, right? So look at the same setup. It pushes up, rejects off the New York high, and then it consolidates a bit before it comes crashing all the way down, right? So a bit of consolidation here, but then eventually just comes all the way back down to where it was supposed to go, right? This is what we anticipated. Same setup here. So we have this right here. It's rejected off it. It might just consolidate for a bit, but then eventually it'll just jump. Because the thing is, when price has been manipulated like this, it's been pushed up so high, it's been propped up so high, you know, it generally has to correct where it was originally. Because if you guys have been following me all morning, this thing's been red all morning, like literally from 6:30. It's been about an hour now. The entire morning it's been red, but for whatever reason, it's pushed up with like no drop in sight. I mean, I wouldn't consider this a drop. This is kind of just it retracing back down to the Asia low. Price came up, retraced back down, but it hasn't really confirmed the drop, because when it confirms the drop, it's going to have to break this area down here. I'll mark up a line. So this is when the market opened. Market opened right over here. In order for it to correct back to where it was to go to where it's supposed to be from like this morning, it's going to have to drop way below here. Once it drops below here, then it's going to correct to where it was this morning. You know, this is where the order is going to move. And then from there, it'll just continue, you know, trace up and then drop back down even further. So if you guys go back to what I just drew over here, it's the same exact thing. So I'll show you guys what I mean by that. So the same exact setup right here. See, the market opened at 6:30 right here off this candle. So I'm going to draw a horizontal ray right over here. So this is where the market opened, right? And I mentioned in order for it to correct back to where it was, you know, before market open, it'd have to close below here. So as you can see, price closed below here, it came back up, but then as soon as it closed right here and confirmed it was below where it was supposed to be, it came crashing down. So let me I'll measure this for you guys to see what I mean by that. So like right here, market open, it was red the entire day. It went up about 1,400 pips. As soon as price broke below it right here, it dropped way more than it did going up because it corrected back to where it was supposed to go. It ended up dropping well over 3,000 pips. So it's the same setup as yesterday. Market's been heavily manipulated this like entire week. So it comes up, rejects off the high, and then it comes right back down. Once it confirms it's below it, it just comes crashing down. So looking at current price right now, that's exactly what I'm looking at, right? I drew the same line from where market opened because this is where the manipulation happened. Basically, the reason I drew that is because this right here is all of a manipulated push to the upside. And what goes up has to come down. It doesn't necessarily have to, but in a situation like this, that's kind of what I see happening because I see the same pattern. We saw the same exact pattern play out yesterday, and then it's probably going to do the same thing again today. So it's too far down now. I kind of wish that I entered a buy up here, a sell, and then just put my stop loss above here, and then I would have been heavily in profit by now. Because stop loss would have been here for like 50, and then I would have just rolled it all the way back down. So from right here, yeah, we probably see it drop pretty heavily. So we'll see. If price ends up breaking below this Asia low right here, then maybe I'll take it. But what I'm going to be looking for at this point is I'm looking for a retracement back to the upside. So I want this to come down, retrace up, and then catch it as it drops even further. Here, let's see. Let me see what we're missing over here. Nice. Eric said he took the sell, but TP is at 50 pips, hit TP. TP2 is at 100. Move my stop loss to break even. Nice work, Eric. So Eric's already in the position here for a sell. He saw that drop right there, what we were anticipating, and then he just took it. Now he moved to stop loss in profit. Pretty much just going to try to catch it, drop down even further. Rav said makes more sense to drop. Yeah, exactly, right? From like what I just covered. Abraham said I caught the sell at the London rejection. Respects that zone perfectly. Love that. No, definitely 100%. It literally came up, rejected off, and then came all the way back down. Hamidi said there is an order block stopping it now at 34,875. Let's see. Let me see if I could possibly draw 34,875. Did it break it? Looks like it might have broken it at this point. I'm not sure where the order block is, but I'm assuming it's somewhere around this area. So maybe it's just bouncing off this order block area. I don't know if this is what you drew here. Because I'm not sure where you found the order block on what time frame, but yeah, if this is your order block right here, it can easily bounce above or it can drop below. But looking at this currently, I think it might continue dropping. Let me see if I can see over here. Hamidi said, but it's going down to the next order block at 34,685. So you're correct, bro. It's doing it again, down, but slowly. No, I agree, 100%. Yeah, Hamidi said, you are the boss, bro. I like how you have discipline, Shawn. Wish I had that much discipline. I'd be a much better trader. Yeah, exactly. Like I'm not trying to hop in right away, right? I'm just waiting for actual entry to appear. Because the thing is, like once you start making consistent profits, your main goal is to not lose and to be positive in the green every single day. So for me, if I don't have any losses today, that's still a winning day for me because I didn't have to cut into any of my my capital, my trading capital. We've had a great week so far. We're currently in some pretty heavy profit. Let's see. So I'll show you guys my profits from this week. So Monday was the 17th, I believe, right? Or the 16th. I can't remember. I think it was the 16th. So anyways, on the 16th over here, I locked in all these wins over here for a total of 1,163. And then my other account, actually, I locked in more than that. Yeah, so the 16th is right here. I locked in about 1,818 on one account. My other account, I locked in 1,018 as well. And then Tuesday, I locked in some pretty nice profit too, about 5,000 right there. And then Wednesday, I locked in a bit more. right there at 630, and then I had one loss. So I had a small loss that set me back right here, but I was still in profit about 2,000 or 3,000. So even if I don't trade today, it's completely fine because I'm still in the green for the month. I mean, for the week, I'm definitely in the green for the month, but for the week, I'm still heavily in the green. So I prefer not to risk it and take, risky trades here. Let's see. Oh, yeah. So Hamidi said, you said you were going to take a one lot and write it down, didn't you? If you did, you would be in profit going down to the C bottom. No, exactly, Hamidi. That was my goal. So if you guys were following me earlier, I mentioned, I was like, oh, it's going to reject off this London high. So I was thinking about entering a sell right here and then just letting it be a speculative trade, right? Just let it run down small lot size. And yeah, I know Hamidi is completely right. If I took that trade there, I would have been heavily in profit already. Because I expect it to come down. It was supposed to drop this entire day. Here, I'm gonna just take it anyways. Let's take a it's gonna take a one lot. So I took a one lot. Guys, if you guys don't want to take it, don't take it. It's fine. I'm just taking like a speculation trade. It's a small lot size. So I don't really need to I don't really need to hold it for that much. So I'm just letting it run. I took the trade. I'm in profit, $100 right now. It's not very much. I'm gonna just let it run because I do anticipate it to drop. So even if it bounces around, I do anticipate it to drop. I'll probably put my stop loss super high up here just to catch it. But yeah, I mean, looking at the index over here, the index is still red. So it's probably gonna finally drop. Let's see, we got some news over here. It said this is warfare. Trump allies push election conspiracies at ritzy party backed by Chinese exile. Okay, never mind. I thought this was something else. I thought it was like about what's going on in Afghanistan, but it's not. It's just some more BS from like Trump back then. Just just stuff that like election conspiracies and stuff like that. It's all good. So I'm already in this position right here. I'm just gonna let it run. But like I mentioned, it's a small lot size. It's only a one lot, so I'm just kind of just holding it. And then we'll see what happens later. But if you guys want to take it, feel free. Just take like a really small lot size because I'm just playing around with it. This isn't necessarily there's no entry that's available. In order for there to be an entry, we need a retracement here. So we need a retracement, and then we catch it as it continues dropping further down. So that's kind of how I would take it. Crap, I just realized it took it on my personal. Let me see. I'll make sure I didn't take it for a huge lot size. Or I might just close it out manually on my personal account. I keep forgetting I have my personal account, and it's not the same as my FTMO, but it's in profit. Nice. It's actually pretty nice in profit. Just gonna move the stop loss in profit. Let's see, where was my entry point? 84,810. I'll just be watching it. But yeah, I'm currently in the position right now, guys. It's a small position. In order for us to take a valid one, we would need it to close or provide for actual entry. So what I'm doing on my personal is I'm just going to move a stop loss in profit as it continues to drop, or I might just close it out because the lot size on my personal. Okay, perfect. It's dropped pretty nicely on my personal account. 34810. Stop loss in profit 34810. All right, cool. So my personal account's doing really nice, actually. Set my stop loss in profit. So if it does come back up, whatever. But my FTMO is up about $200 right now. It's not up very much. Like I mentioned, I took a small lot size, very small, just a one lot. So I'm just going to write it down. I pretty much entered right here. And then my stop loss is, I don't know, it's wherever. But I should move my stop loss in profit here too, because this is still a risky move. Sorry, stop loss in profit. Let's see. I'm just gonna move it around break even. I'm gonna let it run. So 34,800. Uh, 34,800. That should be fine. All right. Yeah, so on my trade over here, I moved my stop loss in profit. This is an actual entry, just a reminder, guys, not an actual entry. It's kind of just a speculation move. I just entered for a sell, moved my stop loss in profit. So whatever happens, happens. If I make profit, I make profit. If I don't really care because if it does come back up, then I'll just catch it for an actual entry. But I just didn't want to stress about it, right? So that's why I took my, I put my position in there, and then I let it run. But yeah, no, on my Hugo's way, it took a 0.02. So I'm up like 40 bucks on my personal. It didn't take a huge lot size, so I'm not too worried about it. But same with the FTMO. I didn't take a big lot size either. I'm kind of just, like, I kind of just want to catch the move because we saw this happen yesterday where it dumped like super heavily, right? So the thing is, if I enter to sell here, my stop loss is in profit. I'm pretty much just chilling. If it comes up, I get stopped out with a small profit. If it continues to drop, then I hit the jackpot for the day. So not really a big deal with this over here. Let's see. Abraham said, oops, hit my stop loss in profit. Let me scroll over here. Let's see what else we missed. Scott said, question on FTMO with max loss of 20K. Would not single, sorry, let me reread your question, Scott. Question on FTMO with a small max loss of 20K, would not single small 3K losses over a period of a year, say 7 of them, would you close your funded account requiring, would that close your account requiring a new challenge? I don't see how an account can stand 20K with a minimum loss over X amount of years. Scott, so your question is, sorry, I'm like really confused with your question. Let's see. So your max loss is 20K equity. So if you have a 200K account, you just can't go below 180K. So that's the max loss requirement. You can still have 3K losses here and there, as long as your max equity doesn't go below 180K. For your daily max loss, you just can't lose 10K in one day, but you can lose that, you know, you can lose 5K one day, 5K another day, and then make it all back, and then it just keeps resetting. So for your max loss, I'm assuming you're talking about the max complete loss. Like, you just have to make sure that you don't go below 180K equity. That's the main thing. 200K is cool, but yeah, anything under 100K equity, then you'd lose your account. But you can lose like 3K over like a period of time, as long as you don't go below the equity mark. William said only three things impressed me: Mother Nature, mother-in-laws, and Shawn from K2. Yeah, no, definitely. Well, hopefully your position ran well yesterday, Will, because I know you were looking for a buy, right? Because you did identify the support, which I was with you on that. It was just like I had a feeling that the price had to drop, so that's why for me I just held on to it. Well, I didn't hold on to it, I actually pulled out, but I didn't hop into a buy, even though it started looking like a buy. So, it is what it is. Your analysis was your analysis. My analysis was my analysis. So, I'm just glad that my analysis finally played out, even though it played out like hours later. But yeah, no, definitely. Nice. Okay, cool. Yeah. So Will said I scalped it and went risk-free. That's awesome. As long as you, made profit off it, that's all that really matters. All right, perfect. Yeah, no problem. Scott, Kenneth said to check my DMs. Let's see what Kenneth's looking at.
Also been here for like 15, and I would have just rolled it all the way back down. So right here.
Nice.
Yeah, we probably see drop pretty heavily.
Yeah, so right here, Kenneth, he actually saw the same thing with me right here. I had my Asia high right there, same where he had his, same exact place. And it dropped pretty nicely right below it. So no, it looks good. My position here is still running. My FTMO is up about 500 bucks right now. I'm thinking about moving my stop loss even farther in profit, but if not, I might just hang on to it. My personal account is up 100 bucks, 200 bucks now. Yeah, everything looks pretty good. It's a speculative sell, but it's all good because I think it's going to continue dropping. So I'm just going to leave it alone, and then I'll just let it run for like the rest of the period, the rest of the session. Because right now at this point, I'm still risk-free, and I would rather, I'd rather risk getting taken out at break even than and then possibly catch this big move to the bottom, or just get stopped at a break even. It's not really a big deal, because if I get stopped at a break even, I'm still net positive for the week. Yeah, I'm kind of regret not taking a full lot size now, because I would have been up 6,000 right now. I'm only up 559, and the reason for that's because I only took a 1 lot. Generally, I take a 10 lot. If I took my normal lot size, I would have been up about 6,000 right now. It's all good. And there we go. It's about to drop. Ben Hartwig said, Shawn, love you, man. Oh, definitely. Yeah, it's doing exactly what we're looking at. Let's see, who's the person that kind of yeah, Hamidi, thanks for pressuring me into this, my peer pressure to entering this this speculative sell. I wasn't thinking about entering it, but so like, yeah, thanks to everybody here who kind of pressured me into taking this sell, because I'm now in profit about 600, 700 off my FTMO. And my personal is up about like, let's see. Just want to make sure my stop loss is in profit. Yeah, it is. And I'll just keep watching. I'll let it run until this morning, until like later this morning, because we have a lot of, we have a lot of space right here. So yeah, if you guys have any other questions, let me know. Yeah, Dean said entered with a 0.01 for fun and it's hitting, right? Exactly. Mine too. I already have my stop loss in profit, so I'm just going to let it do what it needs to do. If it stops me out around break even, that's cool. And if it keeps dropping, that's even cooler. So I'll just keep waiting for it to drop. Once it drops below here, I'll probably move my stop loss a little lower, probably around this area, wherever it swings. But I think for now it looks good. David said, I'm no longer a K2 virgin. First trade sell for 380 profit. Nice work, David. Yeah, glad to see everyone here profiting. If you guys want to send your profits in, go ahead and send them over. Let's see, C-Soup locked in 10,753 for the day. Great work, C-Soup. As usual, let's see, Jerry locked in a total of 2,314. Nice work, Jerry. Yeah, Jerry said had better patience today and waited for the drop. Exactly, right? So glad that we waited for it. Let's see, Dennis over here is up 21 bucks. Nice, you recovered from that loss right there and you're back in profit, Dennis. Big congrats to you on that recovery. Jay over here is up 9,582. Great work, Jay. Killing it. Kenneth over here has his markup. Yeah, moved your stop loss in profit. Perfect. Good to go. Kendra is up 4,055. Nice work, Kendra. And you guys are on fire. Everyone's killing it. I'm glad to see everyone here locking in some pretty solid profit off these trades. I'm still holding it right now, but like I mentioned, I'm just going to leave it alone, let it do what it's supposed to do. Dennis over here, let's see. So Dennis is now in profit, right? So Dennis is now up 141 off his personal. Great work off that, Dennis. And then his other account over here, FTO, is up 173. Yeah, great work amongst everyone here. Bradley too. Bradley's up 1,479. Great work, Bradley. Let's see, CT. Let's see what he drew over here. Let's see, CT has an order block coming down below. Yeah, we'll see what happens right there off the 10-minute. Let's see. Yeah, we'll see what happens. Let me check this over here. Still down 54%. Now it's down again 150 points. So as you guys can see, the entire market's been red like the whole day. It still hasn't gone into the green. So that's kind of why I anticipate it to continue dropping. It's probably going to come up, establish a lower high right here. So as you guys can see, it's establishing lows, lower lows and lower highs. So like, for example, here's the high, the low, lower high, lower low, lower high, and then lower lows. It continues to drop even farther. So I'm just going to hang on to the position. My stop loss is in profit. And whatever I lock in, I lock in. Let's see, Fern over here logged in 3,200. Nice work, Fern, killed it. So yeah, Fern over here said still holding on to holding one small position. So Fern's in profit to 3,200, and then she's also holding another one kind of similar to what I'm doing. My account is on my FTMOs. They're both up about 600. Let me check this real quick. I wonder if my other account is, because I can't remember if I'm using a fixed lot. If I'm using a fixed lot, then on my other FTMO, it's going to be up super heavy right now because it should be up about 6,000. But let's see. I didn't update. It's weird. It says that it's in the position, but I'm looking at my social trader tool. It doesn't show anything there. Let me check this real quick. It should be in the position. Oh yeah, no, it's up like almost 800 right now. Great, perfect. Yeah, it's up about 800 on both accounts. So damn, this thing is dropping. Look at this. It's doing exactly what we anticipated. See, established that it's doing the same exact pattern that it did yesterday. came up, rejected off the high, and it's just dumping now. So I'll let it drop a little further. I think when price crosses this area right here, I'm going to watch it because I can move my stop loss and profit. Let's see. So I'm just going to put for this US 30 crossing New York open. All right, so when it drops down there, I'll move my stop loss even farther in profit, probably up to like this area right here at this swing. All right, I mean, it looks good right here. If we get that sell signal too, that's going to provide for another entry, which I can possibly enter. Let's see. Yeah, that's what I'll be looking for. So position still currently running. Yeah, if the valid sell stays, just like Abraham said right here. Abraham said, can that sell be valid if it stays? Yeah, definitely. And I'll probably be stacking on another position because my other position is my speculative position is already in profit about 700. So I can take a normal lot size and just cash a scalp down even further if I wanted to. But it is 750 right now. So I usually get off the live session by 8. So if you guys have any questions, go ahead and put your questions in the chat. But it's playing out exactly how we anticipated, right? It's starting to drop all the way back down. Looking at the stock index right here, it's now starting to move exactly to where it's supposed to go. It was supposed to drop this entire time. It took like the entire session, but now it's down heavily. The futures data is down 219 points. The daily is down 178. So this is it's gonna be an interesting move as it continues to possibly drop from there. Yeah, profit's looking nice right now, up about 600, 700. When it drops down to this point, then I'll move my stop loss and profit further. Right now, I'm just gonna leave it at break even. It's still gonna be bouncing. I was checking if there's news. There we go. All right, looks good. Yeah, the position is currently pretty nice in profit. There's no news, I think, for the rest of the day. I mean, there's news for the day, but not, I don't think it's US news. Let me scroll down real quick. Yeah, it's Thursday today. I didn't realize it was Thursday. I thought it was still Wednesday. But yeah, we have no news for the, I mean, there's like light news, but it's not really going to affect the market. Next news event's at 4 p.m. So I don't think, I mean, our US 30 should be fine. Looks like it's frozen. It's kind of stopped moving. But yeah, no other news for the rest of the day. We'll try to take like maybe one more scalp or another trade like later today if it becomes available. If not, it's okay. We had a pretty good week so far. We had one loss for US 30, which was market was being manipulated yesterday, but for the most part, we're doing pretty solid. So let me see if there's anything else here. Yeah, Hamidi said, remember 34,685 big order block and resistance. Then if it passes, there's gonna be a next big order block at 34,612, 34,612. Gotcha down here. Yeah. So I'll just hold on to it because the order block could be a good thing or a bad thing. It could be liquidity for a breakthrough in the other direction, or it can be a rejection point. So hopefully it breaks through it and then just continues to drop even further. But yeah, I think for now, guys, I think that's it. If you guys have any other questions, feel free to put your questions in the chat. Otherwise, I'll be logging off shortly as I take a break. Generally, I only trade from 6:30 to 8. That's how I have such a high consistency, because from 6:30 to 8, I'm here like 100%, and after that, I just call it a day. But I'll still be holding on to this position. So just keep that in mind. I moved my stop loss is currently in profit. So my stop loss is currently like right over here, like right below break even. So I guarantee profit. So I'm just going to hold on to it. If it continues dropping, that's fine. If it comes up and stops me out at break even, that's completely fine too. I kind of just entered this at a whim. It wasn't really a serious trade because there's no actual entry. So yeah, whatever happens, happens. But if it continues to drop, which I hope it does, that'll be beneficial for all of us. So Alex said, yeah, back to 100 points for the day. My G, this is bananas. No, exactly. The market's kind of crazy today. It's going back and forth like pretty heavily. Just a big back and forth movement. It's down 200 points now. Yeah, you guys can see how far it's down, right? It's super red. And this is kind of why I'm not messing with it. I'm just going to let it do what it's supposed to do. Well, Cody just entered the room. Hey, Deswell. Yeah, Deswell said I got in that sell looking for 34,700. Yeah, I can see it dropping that far. We got a lot of time here. Let's see. Tune, are you here in the live session? Let me just, let's see, EW. Let's see, yeah, EW locked in a total of 7,434. Great work, EW. Let me see if Tune's on here right now. I'm just gonna check if Tune's in here right now. So are you in the live session? Because your question is it possible to set an alarm when the K2 signal appears, or do we have to set it up manually? Okay, cool. Yeah, Tune. So if you want to set up, so your question is it possible to set up an alarm when a K2 signal appears, or do we have to set it manually? So, fuck, I think it stopped me on profit. Let me check. Yeah, it did. It's all good. So I got stopped out in profit. It's not a big deal. I made a small little profit off that little thing there. Let me see what I made off here. It is probably just at break even. It wasn't even anything. Yeah, it was a small profit. $5. I made like $5 on my FTMO on my on Hugo's way, and then I made about $200 on my FTMO. So it's all good. I mean, a little profit right there. It was a fun little play right there. It wasn't necessarily a big move, but yeah, it was a fun little play there. So I got stopped out in profit slightly. And it's all good because I didn't suffer any losses. It was fun to play around with because the risk reward here was pretty huge because we moved our stop loss in profit immediately and it could possibly drop. So if it drops back down lower, I can just hop right back in. But you guys can see this manipulation right here, right? It makes 0 sense because price is pushing up right here. And you guys saw the index was down 200 points. It like literally makes 0 sense for it to be pushing up like that. It's just, it's typical market manipulation. Shit happens. That's just how the market moves sometimes. So I'm kind of excited for this week to end, this trading week, because I don't like trading when the market's moving like this. It's just, it's all good. If you made profit, you made profit. If not, then it's all good. Just wait for a better trading day. That's the advice I can give you guys. So going back to your question over here, Tune, if you want to set up an alert for these signals right here, click on alert. On this condition right here, change it to K2. It says K2TS on mine. So depending on which indicator you have, if you have the old one, it's K2TS. If you have the new one, it just says K2 momentum. The name is changed. So change it to that. Change your second condition to K2 signal fire. This will give you signals for both buys and sells. And then you can set it to, if you want it to let you know every time it comes, even though it's not valid, or if it hasn't closed, just click once per bar right here. If you want it only if it closes, so for example, if it stays on the chart, then change it to once per bar close. And then from there down here, you can just put like K2 momentum alert, and then you can put the time frame because this is the 1 minute, so you can put 1 minute there. And then every time a signal comes up on the 1 minute, it'll give you an alert. And then if you want it on the 3 minute, you just set up another one there too. You go to alert, you go to K2TS or K2 momentum, whatever you have it set to. Change this to signal fired. And then if you want it every time it appears, once per bar. If you want it only when it closes, then once per bar close. And then the same thing down here, K2 momentum signal 3 minute. You can do that. So that's pretty much how you would set it up there. Let's see, looking at everyone's profits so far after that move right there, Isaac locked in 1,110. Great work, Isaac. Jalon over here locked in 6,315. Nice work, Jalon. Kevin Lim over here locked in a total of 3,149. Killing it, Kevin. Great work. Rav over here locked in 82.98. Nice work, Rav. I know you were Rav said FTMO challenge first day, not good. I mean, you're in profit, Rav. There's no reason for you to not be happy about making $82, right? I know it's not the full profit you're looking for, but it's better to have 82 in profit than 820 in negative, right? So, just be happy with what you have right now, Rav. This was a risky day anyways. So you should be good with any profit. Literally, you want to close that every day in the blue. That's the main goal here. Let's see, Van Hartwig over here locked in a total of 306. Nice. So like low risk trades right there. It looks like you did the same thing. You kind of just moved it in profit as it moved down. You locked in pretty nice profit right there. 304 for the day. Nice work, Van Hartwig. Sisuk over here locked in a total of 12,433. Great work, Sisuk. And yeah, I think that's about it. Let me see if there's anything else here. Mark Troublefield over here locked in 740. Great work, Mark. CC again right here, 12,000, Isaac 1,400. Yeah, you guys did pretty solid. Let's see, Neandro over here too. Let's see what he locked in. Neandro locked in a total of, I'm gonna let your thing load over here. Here, let's see. All right, Neandro locked in a total of 883. Looks like you still have one that's running. Nice work, Neandro. And then Kenneth over here said, I should have took a one lot, but I think this works, right? Yeah. So yeah, Kenneth over here locked in 721 and he has another one running. So definitely great work there too, Kenneth. Profit's profit. There's no need for you guys to really make anything. So you don't need to go for those big trades. I mean, unless you really want to, but for the most part, you guys are pretty solid. Yeah, Sir over here, he said up 5,139 euros. So pretty good. If it ends up coming back down, that's completely fine. I can hop right back in. But I think right now it's 8 o'clock, so I'm done trading for the day. That was a fun little speculative trade that we took there. You know, I still made profit off it, so it's not really a big deal. But I'm closing out today in net positive. So I think that's it for now. Let me see if there's anything else that I'm missing. Yeah, no, definitely. Van Harwick said, I'll call it a day. It was a pleasure. See you tomorrow. Definitely. I'll see you tomorrow too, as we wrap up the trading week. Let me see if there's any other questions here before I log off. Nice. Felix said Felix made $3. Yeah, you know, profit's profit. $3, $5, $10 doesn't matter. You still made profit off it. Nice. Eric took 1 minute buy and he got a full profit off of that. Let's see. Dean said, gonna study the K2 method today so I can potentially catch moves myself like everyone else. Yeah, no, 100%, Dean. Practice is gonna make perfect. For me personally, I only took one speculative trade here. And I made a small profit, but everyone here pretty much killed it, right? Like Kenneth is up 721, Nico's up 883. There's people here who took a lot of other trades. Like Sisu took these trades here, he's up 12,000. So if you guys learn the strategy, it's going to be a lot easier for you to pick this stuff up. If you guys are brand new here and you guys want to learn the strategy that everyone else is applying, if you want to make this kind of profit here, like I didn't make this much profit myself, but other people did because they're taking the trades as they see them. Just go on the website, k2trades.com, click on K2 strategy course right here, and you get access to the K2 indicators. Other than that, let me see if I'm missing anything else right here. Oh, nice. Those are your high lows right there for Kenneth. Let's see Nick over here. Let's see what Nick locked in. Okay, I'll check that later, Nick. Sorry, I thought you were sending me something else. All right, cool. So that looks good right there. Let me scroll down and see what else I missed. Yeah, Dennis said maybe one more pump and dump. I was thinking about that, but price is currently above right now, so I'm probably not going to mess with it. Nice. Abraham said my FTMO went from 25K to 20. Oh, so you made 100, yeah. So Abraham went from 25K to 24K to now 25K and 100. So 25,100. Nice work, Abraham. Main key is just to be in positive for the day. Rav said I have to make 19,000 in 30 days from now. Yeah, it's easy. You can do that in a couple of days, maybe a couple of weeks. Shouldn't be any problem. Lamar said, hey, Shawn, in your training and the course, you mentioned the ability to take those reverse K2 momentum signals, but I don't see you taking. Why not? They seem to play out well often, like that last buy signal below the pivots. Which strategy are you talking about, Lamar? I'm trying to figure out what you mean. Because there's a strategy like that, but it's meant for the higher time frames. It's not meant for these shorter ones. So that's like an intraday strategy. It's usually applied on the 30-minute. It's not applied on the 1 minute because there's too much noise here. If you do that, you could get caught in a lot of bad trades. So if that's one that you're asking about, then yeah, the reason why I'm not taking it is because it's not meant for the short time frames. You can see a lot of noise here. So for example, if you were to take any of these trades here, I mean, they do hit sometimes. Like, don't get me wrong, they do hit, but you're just gambling at that point. Like because the thing is, you're not really using any strategy. You're kind of just catching as it goes opposite, right? Like for example, here, if you entered, so like say you have this go opposite of the trend, right? And you have a buy right here because you have it enter at the high of this candle, right? You probably would hit TP there, but depending on where your TP stop loss was, you can easily get stopped out because it doesn't always go up like that. Again, right here, if your entry is too close, it doesn't trigger it, but if it does, you can easily get caught in some bad trades here. So it does work, but it's something to take with a grain of salt because it's not really, if you're looking on the 1 minute, like, so right here, this is where it works well, where it's trending, right? But what happens when price isn't trending like this right here? If price is just going sideways and then you end up taking, so for example, right here, right, you have a buy here and then a sell. And then say if you try to enter a sell here, like a buy stop, and then it doesn't fill, right? You just have it close, you have it there waiting, and then you forget to close it and it gets triggered over here, you can easily get stopped out right away. So it's just something to take into consideration. I'm not sure if you watched that video, there's a specific time frame for it. So just make sure that you're looking at the proper time frame, because you can probably do that on the higher time frame, like the 10-minute. But even on the 10-minute, it's still risky, right? Because price comes up the opposite way right here for a sell. You enter a sell stop right here at the low. You probably would get stopped out before it, or maybe you would hit TP here. You know, it just depends. But yeah, I mean, if you want to try it, you can try it yourself. Just, you know, keep that in mind that it's going to be risky because it's meant for the higher time frames, not the shorter ones. Lamar said, "Oh, that's not what I mean." Yeah, I'm not sure what you're referring to, Lamar. There's a lot of strategies there, so you got to be a little more specific. If you're talking about a pullback strategy, then, you know, tell me which one you're talking about so I can go over it, because there's a lot of strategies. So I'm not sure which one you're even referring to, but that would be considered the pullback strategy. That's the only one that I can anticipate, because generally for the pullback strategy, you're going in when price retraces. So like it traces up and then you catch it as it comes back down, or like vice versa. If you're looking for the buy, like for example, right here, if you're looking for a sell, then, you know, price will come up and you're trying to catch it as it comes right back down. And then vice versa, when price is going up, as price comes down, you're going to catch it as it swings back up. But if that's the case, then, you know, you might get caught in some reversals here. Yeah, that's the one that I'm referring to. It's called a K2 pullback strategy, right? Because if you're talking about the pivot strategy, we don't take invalid signals into consideration. So I'm not sure which one you're referring to. Because there's different pivot strategies. There's a 3-minute pivot, 1-minute pivot, and then there's, yeah, the pullback. So yeah, exactly what I mentioned earlier. That's the same strategy that I was just discussing with you guys. So it does work here, but it doesn't always work because there's a lot of noise here. Like for example, here, if you're looking for, I'm trying to look for an example here. So like, okay, like retracement right here, right? So if you're taking this right here, the thing is you're not looking at other time frames, because the thing is you have to confirm the confirmation on other time frames right here. This is the 18th at 6:34. So I'll just rewind it and I'll show you. I'm trying to look for trades that don't work, because the thing is, I know a lot of them work here, but I'm trying to show you where it doesn't work so that, you know, you're not confused when you try to take it. Because like, for example, here, you're looking for price to go opposite of the trend. So price is opposite of the trend right here. It retraces up. So in this situation, you're expecting it to come right back down, right? So what you would do is you would enter a sell stop right here. But if you entered a sell stop right here, as soon as it got triggered, so your sell stop would be right here. As soon as it got triggered, it would have reversed all the way up and stopped you out, right? So that's why we don't do it on the short time frames, because there's a lot of noise here. But yeah, I mean, if you want to try it out, and then, you know, you can let us know like what kind of results you pull, because it does work. Don't get me wrong, it does work, but it's a risky way of trading because you're kind of just gambling on the short time frames. It's meant for like the 15-minute and 30-minute, and it's meant for Forex because Forex is a ranging asset. For US 30, it's kind of a little different because this moves directional. It also depends on, you know, which session you plan on trading. So, all right, guys, let me see if there's anything else that I missed here. Let's see. CT is up about 14,000 for the day. Great work, CT. Damn, you guys are killing it. So yeah, CT, one of our admins here, is up about 14,000 for the day. Great work. Anything else here? Nick's up 755. Great work, Nick. Jay's up 10,000 for the day. Yeah, that's crazy, bro. Jay's killing it. So Jay's up 10,000 for the day. Other than that, I think that's about it. Unless you guys have any other questions, you know, let me know so I can answer them. Otherwise, you guys can still reach me through email or through Telegram. So I'll still be online, but I'm pretty much done trading because it is 8:09. It's well after my session trading. I generally stop at 8, so I'm pretty much done for the day. So if you guys have questions, you know, feel free to reach out. Otherwise, I'll catch you guys back here tomorrow as we wrap up the live session. And if you guys are brand new here and you guys want access to these indicators so that you guys can, you know, lock in profits like people here, like CT, you know, CT is one of our admins here, locking 14,000, just catching trades here and there. Same with CSUK, you know, our other admin over here, CSUK, locked in about I don't know why it doesn't say admin next to Sisuk's name. Let me make sure Sisuk is on here. Yeah, that's weird that he's not. I gotta delete these other people. Take that person off, that person off. Yeah, I'm surprised Sisuk isn't on here. I had Tommy on here too. So I'm just updating the admins to the admin list that we have. I didn't realize all these people went on the admin list. All right, cool. All right, cool. So I got everyone right there added to there. Let me see. CT said Sisuk is not a low-key admin. He's our official mascot. Yeah, we need to get him a mascot suit outfit. All right, guys. So I think that's it. So yeah, if you guys have any other questions, feel free to reach out. Otherwise, we're all doing pretty well today. So if you guys haven't already, if you guys can like the YouTube stream on the way out, that'll help us, find more people who need help with trading. Because right here, I'm able to answer questions, but if we don't get questions, I can help you guys out, right? So I'm here to help you guys out. I do this completely free every day. But if you guys are brand new here, if you guys want to sign up to K2, just go on the website. Otherwise, you guys can message me on Telegram and I can answer whatever questions you guys have there. So have a great rest of your morning, guys. If you guys don't have to trade, I recommend you guys just take a break or be careful because the market is moving kind of funky. You can see, obviously, we do anticipate it to drop. So, I'm tempted to actually just hop right back in right now. I'm going to wait. So I'm going to wait for it to drop a little bit. And then if it drops and I get a sell signal, then I'll probably enter it. But if you guys do want to trade, make sure to use a smaller lot size for the rest of the day because it is getting risky. But we'll see. I'll follow up and see if this actually drops like how it did yesterday. And then we'll give you guys updates as we go. So other than that, I'll catch you guys tomorrow. And then we'll wrap up this trading week strong as we close out the trading week on Friday. So have a